in the middle of a live stream, and there's one thing I have to address before I wrap today. How the stories of mothers have become key to the Star Trek universe. Star Trek's depictions of motherhood are changing for the better? For the better? And you're using these 3 examples of how it's changing for the better? Are you kidding me? Hello, everyone. I am still Mecha Random 42. The one, the only, the original, still your favorite YouTube heartbeat, huge Star Trek fan. That is why I call bull on this article, and you know exactly why. So let's break down why these characters are horrible examples of mothers. The worst examples you could even think of, you could ever possibly use as examples of mothers in this show. Maybe if the example that you're using are how not to be, on how to be the most unlikable, underwanted, and underwatchable. Oh, I'm losing my words here. I'm losing the ability to remember words because I'm trying to censor myself so I don't get a little flag. Thought the one on the left was a vampire. No, that's Laurel. We'll start with the one on the left. The one with the forehead. She is a new modern example of what a Klingon is. And her story arc consisted of being in this religious cult of Klingon sect, like this subsection of Klingons, who decide they're going to attack anybody who says we come in peace. So sure, the main character, Michael Burnham, comes along and attacks a Klingon before thinking, starting a giant war, which is a horrible idea. This Klingon in question, we saw her for a split second in this flashback over and over and over again. We kept seeing images of her causing PTSD, so much so that the fact that the person she assaulted had flashes of being traumatized every episode, for episode after episode afterwards. What happened was she had a Klingon mate, a Klingon partner, and they did the weird story mental gymnastics. They couldn't even get their story straight on what they did to him. They tore him apart from the inside while he's conscious to remove all of his redundant bones, organs, and everything in the most graphic way possible. And then they grafted on human DNA on top of that, and then they implanted the human Ash Tyler personality, where they really didn't even need to do that. They could have just surgically altered the guy or taken, the dead actual Ash Tyler from the Battle at the Binary Stars, taken him and, see, I watched this show. I did my homework. I actually watched this crap. They couldn't have just made it a simple explanation. No, they had to say, yes, all of these convoluted things instead of, yeah, we took this dead guy and we just put our Klingon brainwashing techniques on him so he would be a double agent and a traitor. No, they couldn't do that. They had to give a reason why we kept seeing this assault scene right here. And I'm just showing the clip. Now, I censored it because they actually show you without the tribbles, but I used the tribbles because I thought it was a funny way to censor it here. And that's the human underneath her. This is her forcing herself on this person. Like I said, causing him to have traumatic flashbacks over and over and over again throughout the course of the entire season. He was traumatized. He was not happy. They did produce a child without his permission, of course, and said child, well, she had to basically pull up this whole elaborate plan to convince the other Klingons in season 2 that her kid was dead and her lover was dead, so she did a fake out and chopped off the head fake of her lover and their dead baby, which wasn't dead at all, and then they send him off to a planet that had time crystals, because that happens, and then you see him fully grown, the kid that she abandoned, and oh, yeah, it was a big convoluted mess. So not very much a good mother in that sense, certainly not a good female role model. Now, next up, who's next on the list?
Shut the fuck up.
Admiral Hubris. Watch your mouth. We'll get to your show next. We'll get to your show third. First, we're still on Discovery. Next, Mirror Universe, Empress, Evil, Philippa Georgiou, who wipes out her entire room of her cohorts, I guess, her army, basically, all of her own people, because they heard something that she didn't want them to hear. Not a good example of a mother either. Not only that, she didn't even have children. The one example where she did actually adopt Michael Burnham was in the Mirror Universe. And she is literally space Hitler. Oh yeah, she's literally space World War II bad guy. That's the evil Mirror Universe. That's what it is. Scott Gentry, $9.99 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. Star Trek is about as entertaining as dental work without Novocaine while being lectured by a tax lawyer on the nutritional benefits of turnips. You know what? You're not wrong about that. That's just, well, that's not really dental surgery, is it? That's ocular surgery that wasn't even necessary. Oh, yeah, that's more Picard. We'll get to that. I'm using clips from actual Star Trek as well. Bite my copyright. Bite my copyright. That's going to be on a shirt real soon. Bite my copyright. So, Mirror Universe, Philippa Georgiou. Absolutely not a good role model. So much to the fact where she forces Michael Burnham's character to choose a Kelpian to, you know the Kelpians, like Saru. The real life stand-up Kelpian guys. The big skinny guy in the middle. Him. Kelpians. They even have a joke where they're eating the ganglia from the Kelpians. So they just horrible. She also looks at her adopted daughter, Michael Burnham. Well, it's not the exact same one she adopted because we have real universe Michael Burnham, even though, let's face it, everybody acts like they're in the Mirror Universe in this series. So we have less Mirror Universe Michael Burnham going over there, and they look like they're gonna start, you know what? She gets like right in her, she gets like this close to her, right? And she's almost gonna embrace her and kiss her, right? Not exactly the type of mother I would associate with Star Trek, and more the type of mother I would associate in the MILF sort of search engine on, or the not mother-daughter search engine stuff on other sites, that sort of thing. Not necessarily a good mother example for Star Trek Discovery. Very much the evil person goes around killing absolute, not changing anything for the better. Right, now, let's get into Raffi, shall we? Let's get into Raffi Space Junkie.
Smoke weed every day.
Now, don't think I am knocking smokables, substances. If it's legal where you're at, smoke them if you got them. I certainly have a 420 emoji in my chat. This woman, Raffi here, had the audacity to complain to old man, white man Picard, that he was in a nice big house while she's out in a trailer somewhere smoking space weed, which is hallucinogenic, by the way. It's not just, a relaxing herb. No, it's actually a hallucinogen. So the space weed that she's addicted to, and she's a big heavy drinker, etc. She had the nerve to lecture old man Picard that he's in a nice big house while she's in a trailer in a world and a society where money has not been a thing in a very, 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 very long time, because we had evolved past that. And she also got fired from the military, which you don't actually do. She also is the stereotypical poor, mistreated woman of ambiguous color who is coming in. We're getting to why she's not a good mother as well. She is the very stereotype of the government took my baby. That is literally her arc in this series, is that the government took her kid from her, or her ex-husband took her kid, or whatever. She was not a fit mother because she was a space junkie. She was not a fit mother, so they took her kid from her. Not a good example of a mother. She had nothing to do with her kid. Her kid wanted nothing to do with her because she was a deadbeat mother who was too busy doing whatever she was doing to be off actually taking care of her kid. And no, not a single person on this show was a good mother. They could have put Michael Burnham's mother on there for fuck's sake, but no, they can't even do that because nobody would even know who that is. I cannot stand this. So I even responded to this. I had to respond to this. Where's mine here? One was an ist, yeah, one was a rapist, one was a murderer who probably had inappropriate relations with her adopted daughter based on the way she looked at her, and the last was a deadbeat druggie who had her baby taken from her. You just trolling Dreckies at this point, right? And that's what it felt like to me, that they're just trolling people with this. You're just trying to get me to click on this to make a Star Trek video, aren't you? You're just trying to get me to complain about it because I haven't been making a lot of Star Trek videos lately because, frankly, I'd rather talk about anything else than a show that is so insulting to my intelligence. Tommy Tiermas, hi Mecca, how about a little fried fish?
Let's go eat some fried fish, fried fish. Come on, road and go.
Oh, Madonna.
I do cocaine.
Dwayne Martin, dear God, no, not fried fish. You should use a clip of Peter Griffin saying, government took my baby for that character. I should. But no, it's literally a space junkie. Let's see if I have the picture here. I gotta find it. I know I've used it like a million times over because, let's face it, it's Star Trek. And it really hurts that they messed up Star Trek so badly to the point where we're here trying, and they can't defend this stuff. They can't even get their basic characters right. They can't get any of their basic anything right. We're supposed to actually care. We're supposed to actually be be supportive of this. We're supposed to take this seriously. We're supposed to not call them on their literal isms. They're literal, like she's literally here. Let me pull it up. She's literally there smoking on a hallucinogen in the show. I'm just disappointed. Like torture chat for a little bit. I like torture chat for a little bit. Peter Calabucci, haha, bullshit. Gaiman, gay Gain. I can't say her name. Gain. And I lasted 2 episodes of Picard, but I can't watch that. Resistance is reasonable. Resistance is very reasonable. Star Trek is nothing like we ever knew before. It is not good. It is not awesome. It is not interesting. It is not something fun and memorable anymore. It is just a bunch of random BS mixed with how do we bash white men every week.
White male rage, white male rage, white male rage.
And it's not even funny anymore. I mean, you've got like Admiral Hubris, and you've got everybody. Oh, I'm running out of steam here. I'm running out of interest in this.
I like science.
I like money. Yeah.
I like science.
I like turtles.
I like science.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
I like science.
I like this one.
This is so fucking cool.
It is fucking cool.
So sorry.
You should be sorry, Tilly. It isn't effing cool. It isn't interesting. I'm going to go back to my live chat and see what you guys are saying before I claw my own eyes out.